girlfriend, Scotty his girlfriend, his little nephew, I think, his cousin. All of us, Scotty's girlfriend Bree, Davey, Javier. This whole reception's going on right now. Yeah.
Show up internet, or whoever is going to see this.
Yeah, probably on the internet as soon as we get this done. It's probably going to be on YouTube. This Eyes of the Predator without the costumes. I'm the Predator, the lead clan leader now. And pretty much, this is me without the mask on. We're all just kind of looking around at this reception for Harry's little reception for his funeral, and everybody's trying to keep the smile like Harry would want us. You got a few words to say?
You know what? I'm honored to be here for my best friend's funeral. More like a best friend, like a brother. And I'm happy that I got to meet the family and the friends. And I wish him, I give my prayers and my love to them. And today, I'm just going to keep our smiles on our faces and just have a good time.
Other than that, we got more people here that are actually celebrating his life more than his death. They're all holding together. We're all getting together as a family. Look how big this crowd is. This is Harry's father. You want to say a few words on the cam?
What would you like me to say? 98.5 FM live, baby. Rocking out down here at the gym.
This is just something that we're doing for, memory's sake,
Yeah.
We're all coming together just kind of like saying some good things about Harry.
See, it's anime.
Yeah.
I'll be down at the anime. Be there, be square.
Yeah, of course we'll be in our
You're going to be there.
Yeah. We'll be the tall ones walking around.
That's it. Yeah, you're going to be on your stilts down there, huh?
Oh, yeah, for sure. That goes without saying.
He's 7'1" or something like that?
Yeah, it's 7'5", actually.
7'5",
7'5", yeah.
That giant.
Yeah, I remember meeting.
All Harry's buddies that look out for the 13-year-old kid over there.
Yeah, Garrett's our
Yeah, Garrett. You got to look out for Garrett. He'll be there.
Yeah.
Where? Well, we're hiding
I
from
just really wanted to tribute.
What's that?
Tribute to Harry.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah. Thanks.
It's really nice to know what a dear friend he is.
Big time. He was a real close friend, so we all just kind of band together as a group and just kind of kick it together.
Such a sweet person, such a good person.
He's very infectious. He has like a very, positive, infectious attitude that brings people together,
We only met Harry once at a, I remember it was at a mall just because we were going to a movie.
Yeah.
And just the fact is, just that brief little encounter, he just said, this really, really neat fellow, and it just, even though it was such a little time we met, it was a very big impact.
Big time. I think everybody just woke up. It was a big impact for everybody here in Sacramento.
Yeah.
It's like, now it got so bad that it's all over the internet. Everybody's just sending like all their condolences, all their positive feedback, and just everything, man.
It's good to hear.
I just couldn't believe it. Even after this does, that's the thing that got me smiling again because of that trash, I'm looking at it and says, look at this, man. I can't believe how many people were so affected by his presence, by how he was at the conventions.
Yeah, presence, good word.
And I tell you what, everybody looked out for him. They even made like some videos of his memory of him being in costumes and being at these conventions. I don't know how many he's on YouTube right now, but I'm pretty sure they got a lot.
Yeah.
But we're gonna find out.
Yeah, it'll be fun to go through and see him.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we got Harry's mom here.
What are you doing, videotaping?
Yeah, pretty much. Just kind of like commemorating his memory. Just, people just giving like positive feedback to things going on. All of us coming together, just kind of like hanging on there, just saying like a few words about Harry that we remember him by. Good atmosphere. How you doing, by the way?
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, you hanging in there?
Yeah.
I know both you and Jim Lee are actually going through it even worse. More than any of us, but
I know, I need to go down there and see Jim Lee.
But other than that, like I said, we all loved him, and he is something
He always talked about your mom's rice. Loved your mom's rice.
That was a funny thing. And like I said, he would practically leave nothing for us. And I was going like, what happened to all the rats? I haven't gotten it yet.
That's Harry.
I was like, something. I saw him with his big old bowl, and he has half the rice already finished up. He's like, oh, you wanted some?
Yeah, only two, Harry. Only two.
Or mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Mashed
They
potatoes.
were gone.
They were gone.
Mario's Pizza, we always got to go with them all the time.
Yeah. Pizza.
I've known them since they were little kids.
Yeah.
But other than that, that, like I said, it's still, like I said, we all got all this memory that's going on. It's something that'll always make us smile. You know?
Definitely.
And that.
He'd have been all over that table.
Oh,
And you know, if he would have recovered completely, you know they'd actually be married. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
still.
yeah. He told me that was his one true love.
Yeah.
The love of his life. So.
And that, there's Jim Lee over there, talking with friends and family.
I'm gonna go
Staying
see
positive.
Jim Lee.
All right, I'll go
All
and
right.
meet you thoughts. All right, take care.
I gotta go walk with him.
Yeah.
My son. Look.
We got the crew here, just kind of hang out with my two brothers. You guys got anything to say about Harry's passing and any good thoughts?
Be happy. He's in a better place.
Yeah. How about you, Joe?
I miss the time shared with him. And all I can say is that I always remember the times that we had together. And always cherish those memories.
And for your information, everybody on YouTube or whoever's going to be watching this video, this is my brother Joe. He's the one always wearing the Mewtwo costume half the time.
Either that or I'm Snake Eyes.
There you that. He's wearing one of the Predator suits.
And that's it.
Yeah, there you go. All the brothers. As well as Master Chief, yes. And you want to say anything about Harry?
Conventions aren't gonna be the same without you, buddy. I miss you.
Everybody's going to miss him. We'll have like fond memories of him. How about you? You got anything to say to Harry? You got anything to say for Harry?
All I know, you got me into anime, and you're probably gonna be the one taking me out, buddy.
He was playing dodgeball. He looks just
How
like
about you, Robbie? You got anything to say about Harry?
I've known him since ever, and the only thing I could say is this. If I could have, I mean, I've done everything. He even took me in when I ran away from my house. Name it, we've done it. Like the mischievous brothers. In fact, one good comparison is I was the Bowser to his Mario, because I was always the bad guy and he was the good guy, vice versa.
Same thing with Scotty, kind of the same, on the same boat. And then, like it says, with all this stuff that's going on, it's bringing us all together, and that's a cool thing, man.
Stop the sword.
It's ribs.
Robbie, we're ribs.
That's like a funny side joke that we had going on that we pulled on Robbie.
What are you talking about, Vegeta?
Look here, we're talking good things about Harrison. Do you have any thoughts to say?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember when he would always call me X-Man. That was always funny, Vegeta. Oh yeah. And we sat on a couch talking about stuff.
Just get to the point, Nappa.
Oh yeah. And we ate pizza together, and he always helped me. He helped me with all the sadness that I got over when I broke up with Cammy. She was really hot, but it hurt when I broke up with her. And he helped me through that, Vegeta. And I helped him when he was having questions and insecurities and stuff like that. And about where to go with Gemily and, different anxieties here and there. And he came to me. And I always felt honorable that he did that. Me first.
And I'm gonna stop talking like that for 5 seconds. But yeah, in all seriousness, Haru is he was like a brother to me, like most of my friends are. But he always regarded me as something more than that. It just doesn't feel right that he's not here and I am, because he's the one who did more than I am when he looked up to. So I'm glad that I gave him somebody that he could look up to, someone to trust. That he was always there to laugh, and I was always there to feed him. Where I say effing Denny's.
You're the only one that fed him too, man.
Yeah, I know.
We know how much that cost.
Yep, all you can eat pancakes. You can eat 20 loads of pancakes, you eat free. He was up to the challenge. Never quite made it. God knows he tried.
Still, man, that's some fond memories that we'll never forget about him, man.
It's because of him that I know you guys.
Yeah.
That I know this guy over here. I think his name's Scotty. I'll call you Bobo. I never met her before.
I think I met you once at like second.
No way, you were Von Karma.
Yeah.
I thought so. You were the hotness that year. You still are.
Are you still doing Dr. Wily and stuff? Or?
Of course. I might have a Pegasus cosplay, not this one, but the one after, courtesy of Mary Beth. But I would have it already, me, but apparently a Chinese our extra large, or Chinese extra large, is equivalent to our medium. And since I do not double as an Oompa Loompa, nor do I have pocket dimension technology in my body like a Transformer, I cannot wear my Pegasus cosplay. So I'm going to give it off to Mary Beth. She's going to build me a Pegasus cosplay from scratch. I'll go get me a wig. I'll pay whatever money it takes, plus maybe a little extra, definitely to help out. Because Harry meant that much. I think everybody in this room that has a pulse and a soul. So, yeah, I'll have a Pegasus cosplay by then. Maybe a James cosplay.
Who knows?
And a giant robot. And machine gun jubblies.
You know,
You should have machine gun jubblies.
yes. You know, as tall as you are, I could actually see you being the next female predator. Think about it. Look, here, you stand next to her. No, stand next to her. Stand next to her. See her. Look at that. Look, she's taller than you, man. Well, almost.
Female predators?
Yeah. Imagine if all she needs is...
add to the hotness factor.
All she needs is platform boots, you know? She'll be pretty tall. I mean, look at this. Look at me. I'm short.
Yeah. Standing right next to her, man. Good God. I mean... Okay, now you've known her since you were this big. Okay, that's how long you know, since you were this big.
I wasn't that tall, man.
She would call you Mini-Me.
Basically.
All these cookies.
I'm gonna go start snagging here. What do you guys take this camera started, move around, start asking questions, see if they got any words, last thoughts or good thoughts about Harry?
I don't know what kind of questions.
No, just go around, talk to people, just ask, what are your last...
You're better at it than me.
Okay.
Yep, he's a camera guy. I'm a guy that looks good in the camera.
At least that's what you believe. Where is she at?
I don't know.
Any word to say about Harry? Any good thoughts?
I'm gonna miss him.
We all are.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I've been asking around people if they want to say a few words, you know.
Yeah. He was a great kid, great roommate, great brother. Couldn't have asked for better. The 21 years we had him were the best of my life.
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I thought I was gonna start crying on stage, and then I'm hearing everybody else speak, and I start crying on my chair. I was like, dude, what's up with that?
I know.
Well, at least I'd rather have that than me being up on stage, just kind of losing it, you know.
Yeah. Well, he'll be missed. He will be missed.
And like I said, you got a lot of support. There's a lot of people here for you, just kind of backing you up.
And I'm grateful for everybody who did come.
Other than that, like I said, stay strong. I'm gonna still go around, ask other people, see what they.
All right. I'm gonna start the open mic soon. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
All right.
If I can get your attention, we're going to start our tribute and our open mic, basically. And what I'd like to do is, if you'd like us to say something in tribute to Harrison, maybe recall a story, some adjectives, some of those notes that you wrote in the bulletin, we'd certainly love to have that opportunity to hear you. And just a couple of ground rules. Try to keep it short, simple. But if you'd like to say something, what we'll do is we're going to cue people up right here. So we just have a line. So we'll get, I know there's somebody that's wanting to share right away. So we'll get him up right away. But we'll just have folks queue up here. So then when you get done, you can kind of come down one side, the next person can come up, and we'll just sort of go through things, okay? So
you did a great job.
And also,
you had my tears. You had tears in my eyes.
I almost thought I was gonna start bawling up there, but you know, I actually helped Ron.
I was. I mean, I started bawling the minute it started, but every time you guys spoke, I just.
I think I was crying more when people were saying their speech more than I was crying on my own speech.
Hello.
Oh yeah, that's what the mascot made for him.
I'm Robbie Flores, and well, though yes, we get circumstances like this, but look at it like this. In this lifetime, Harry liked to compare everyone as an equal. He never one time really used the word hate. He loved everyone. And one thing I love about Harry is this. I've known him since we were kids. A few of us have stuck with him till today. And at this convention coming up next week, it was going to be 10 years for a family member, and it was going to be 8 years for me. And I'd like to keep that strong as a time.
staying up all night watching a movie. And the last thing he told me was this, and I want to pass it to him. Treat everyone as if it's your last day. And the moment we take that into our hearts and our hands and put them into each other's arms, we can work together to keep relationships strong. And I love you, Harry. And we all do. In our own special way. So, on my regards to Harison Randall, I love you. That's all.
That was Robbie, and then next up is Scotty to say his speech.
Hello everyone, my name is Scotty Harrison, and I'm a close friend of Harrison. I knew him for about 5 years. So I got my speech. I call it the happy speech. So okay, here we go. When I first met Harry, it was the same time as I met like one of my other friends here, especially Daniel. He did his speech. And then it was like around 2007. I was cosplaying as Gar from Naruto. And that's where I met him at the Scottish Rice Center. And Cypher. And I met him. In my time when I was in high school, I wasn't really much of a socializing person. Like, I couldn't make friends with people so easily. But, after I graduated from high school, well, I never said that I lived that previously, and I started my very first convention, and that's when I met this really big guy walking around the boombox cosplaying as Jiraiya. And he just came up to me and started talking to me. I was shocked. I was like, oh wow. I'd never met a person that was like so bright and happy to be able to come to start socializing so easily. Now it's a few years that we started becoming more friends. I decided we new people because of him. And
Hang in there, man.
I was just really torn up, because I just recently moved down here in Sacramento. And, I heard about the news about what happened. And I was just torn up, And throughout the time, I had my friends by my side. Without them, I probably wouldn't be standing here. And especially Harrison, without him, I would have been the person who I am today to come up to you guys and tell you how much of an amazing person he really was, and a true hero. And from now on, I want to say to everyone, I love Harrison with all my heart. That's a true brother, a true hero, and I pray that I'll see him again. And the last thing that I remember he once told me at the convention, he's like, you may not see me at the convention, but I'm always watching you because I'm a ninja. And through that, from what he said that to me, I keep that to my heart always, because I know that he's with me, he's with you guys, and as long as you keep him to your hearts, he'll always be there. And I will hopefully see him someday too. Thank you.
Robbie, I know it's hard for him, but he actually mentions his speech.
How are y'all doing? How's the snacks? I'm Nick. I am one of the people who didn't get to know Harrison very well, and I want to kind of speak as one of those people who kind of wish they could have known him. I know Catherine wishes she got to know him, and I'd like to share one of my favorite memories I had of when I did meet him and everything, which was at the last convention. I was trying to take a nap, and Robbie comes in, and he's telling me how he wants me to come and walk with him, and I'm telling him, no, I want to take a nap. So And Robbie's just like, you can come with me now? I was like, I said I would. And so finally, I go and hang out with all of them. But like I said, I wish I could have gotten to know them. I have distant family that I never got to know, like my little sister. I'm just now getting to know her. I kind of feel like Harrison's like that brother that I never really knew, but he was there and I kind of got to know him. And I just wish I could have hung out with him more. And I remember when I was told about what happened. I was just getting out of work and I was told that he passed away. I kind of stopped and dropped what was in my hand and just kind of paused. But now I'm just hoping that he's happy where he's at right now and that, like most of us are thinking ourselves and saying that he wants us to live happy and to move on and just to remember him. So I'd like to say rest in peace, Harrison. Thank you.
Let me fix this so I can have it in my mouth. Hi, I'm Tristan. I know Harrison since like my freshman year. He was like a junior, and I remember like I was shy at once. Like I know Robbie since like forever, to be honest. So I know Robbie and I know like another friend that was in the group named Spencer. So I was very shy to be in it for a long time to like speak Robbie. But I've always been like that. So basically I decided to just join them because Tyler Russo, who was here earlier, told me it's a very good advice. And like he told me it's good to hang out with people during high school. So I did. So guess what? I hung out with Robbie and Harrison. And they were really fun. I liked hanging out until they graduated and everything turned to blank. So yeah. Now I have a poem to read. And I wrote this when my great grandmother died beginning of this year. And here's a little thing, like I don't want people to be angry. It's not an angry poem. It's more that I have to believe. My mind is different. If you don't mind. Like I'm very agnostic. So may I read it? Of course. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in heaven. But I don't know how to react. It's just a friend, someone would say in my thoughts. Why should I be sad if I don't believe in the God? Someone would say in my thoughts. But it's all about death. The idea of the person you love, or the idea or hopes and dreams, disappears forever in your life. It is like when you see someone every day in class, and then they disappear to another school, to another place in the country or out, or a morbid manners. It feels awkward. You don't really know how to respond. When you hear someone died, you first don't know how to respond. Sad, guilt, anger, depressed, shaky and nervous. You realize after memories of the dead loved one, you are sad and depressed, then you start the grieving process. Doesn't really matter what you believe in, what the person go after death, who passed away. All that matters how you feel.
Hello, my name is Tony, and I knew Harrison for 16 years. We started our first grade and separated when I was in fourth grade and then got back together in middle school. But I always was able to stay in contact with him, talking to him, walking from my house to his house, just going swimming at night, just hanging out. He was always really fun to hang out with. Even if I had talked to him for like 3 months, it would be like we talked yesterday. He was always easygoing. He was just the nicest human being, one of the nicest human beings I ever knew. When I got sober a couple years ago, 2 years ago actually, he was so happy for me. Even when I was drinking, he was happy, but he didn't really like my lifestyle. But he would never say it. He always like, oh great. And then when I finally got sober, he was just the happiest person for me because I was going down the right path finally. He was just so happy for that. And that's just who he was. He was always the nicest person in the world. There's not a mean thing that I can say about him. He was just nice.
Okay, you've had all these good-looking young men, and you've got this old lady. I knew Harrison too. I am Tony's mom, and this tragedy has really touched our family. I think because my memories of Harrison are not of when he was an adult, they're of when he was a little boy, and Harrison and Tony used to play together. And, you know, I'm sure that there are a lot of parents in this room. When your child is little, one of the things that you worry about is whether or not they'll have friends, whether or not anyone will want to play with them. And I remember when Tony was in first or second grade, I remember meeting Gail outside the classroom and chatting with her one day when we were picking our kids up. And my son was very, very active. But Harrison was like in orbit around him. Tony was standing there waiting for us to go, and Harrison was literally running around him in circles, just celebrating him. Oh, Tony, you're here, and let's see if we can go to my house, and ask your mom if we can go to your house, and what can we do, and I have this, and I'll show you that. He just poured himself out on people. He was just such a giving child. And like I say, I didn't know him as much as a young man, but he has this real special place in my memory because he was so loving to my son at a time when I felt like my kids were vulnerable. And I just want to say to Gail and Chris, I have no idea how you feel. I know, because I've never been through it before. But what I do know is that our kids are not supposed to go before us. And I think of you every day, and I hope for you that you will be inspired by your son. I know you are. And that you will have your good memories to take with you. I just didn't think it was going to work out this way. I just thought that he was going to have this inspiring recovery, and I just had it all in my mind. And I knew that things were going well with his recovery when we went to see the family at the hospital, and Gail was talking about how she could remodel the waiting room for the family. I thought, I think he must be doing well because she's obviously feeling better. So I was really surprised to find out that things didn't work out the way that we thought they were going to. But anyway, I remember Harrison very loving, and I always have a special place in my heart.
Hi, I'm Clarence Gary. I met Harrison when I was a freshman, and he was just a senior at the time. Please excuse me, this is the first time I've ever done this. really inspired me. Because over all the times that I've I've heard all the stories from him, he's just done more than, just regular cosplaying at like school during Halloween and all that. But once I got to know a little bit more about him, like he had a fursuit and all that, and he was kind of furry, I guess you could say, kind of like I am. Just he taught me he's inspired me that I could be whoever I want to be, and nobody could ever have the right to stop you from being who you want to be. That is a major lesson I've learned from Harrison. And after hearing all this on the 15th, I was just emotionally broken down, and then on the 29th, I just didn't know what to think for myself. He's taught me, and like I said, he has taught me a lot of things. But the two most important things, one I already mentioned, that I could be whoever I want to be no matter how difficult or whatever, that nobody can stop me from being who I want to be. And like his character that he cosplays as, known as Jiraiya, he's taught me that I can go through any obstacle through the power of will, and that was just a lesson I'll never forget. I just hope that everybody will all, I'm pretty sure that everybody who's been related to Harrison at all, I pray that they will pass through this really rough patch, and and to Harrison's family and his loved one, my condolences. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jacob. Some people call me Jacob because my two E's. I met Harrison about a year and a half ago through a couple of my friends, Toby, Robbie, and all of them. And one of my fondest memories of him is definitely when I took his Jiraiya cosplays, and I was running away from him, and he's chasing me for like a good 10 minutes before he grabbed me and sat me down and sat on me. All his other friends. One of my other favorite memories with him is like one of the many times all of us are walking down McDonald's to get some McDoubles off the dollar menu. Sad and I were just walking with me and him behind the group, and he was telling me about his girlfriend and all that. We were talking about relationships and whatnot. And he started telling me about his morals. And till that day, after I heard about his morals and how you should treat your special female and all the females in general, I took that to heart until now, and I will always use his morals because they're just so great. And I'm devastated for the loss, like many other friends here and family. And I hope to hear more from them. And I will always remember him like many others. Thank you.
It's our boy Axeman.
You'll have to pardon all the cookie stands on the top. Much like Harry, I have a huge affinity to food. I couldn't keep it on in me rather than on me. But well, I thought I said that all I had to say back during the initial services, but I wrote some bullet points during them. Just a few like generic memories, but they'll always be with me. Like how we would always go to Denny's every time I come down to Carmichael to visit him. We just go there to talk, chill, hang out. It was always good to hear, what was going on in his life, and because he always believed me to be a good listener, someone that he could always talk to if he ever needed someone to talk to about serious matters. Like I said before, and one of the major things that I remember that we would talk about, like big time, like I mentioned earlier, I was going through a lot of relationship issues. Or in the beginning of the year, he was always there to comfort me, always there to listen, always always there to offer me advice. And when he was, he'd even ask for my advice despite what I was going through, and I'd help him out. We just help each other out to a degree. But there was one time I remember when we went down to the Sunrise Mall, and I was walking with him as he shopped for Christmas gifts, I believe it was, for Gemma. He got her a box of chocolates, and it was just always good to take notes from him. He was a smart guy to take notes from. Another thing that I always remembered about him, he was bitten by the acting bug, and even I knew that. I knew that early on when I saw him in his Jiraiya cosplay, and I knew that when he did his Krusty the Clown cosplay sometime. And some funny, some creepy, but that's how impersonations go, and that's how he rolled. He rolled for the joke. And I like to think he succeeded. And another thing that I, at this point, will always regret, because I was looking forward to it. But for my Wiley cosplay, he was actually going to put his makeup master to work, and he was going to work on my face. Not beat it up per se, just touch up, make it look a little older, and actually like the Doctor from the Mega Man games. And I was a little nervous, but I trusted his abilities. I trusted all that he had learned at his school, and I wanted to be his friend. I wanted to be there to help him with what he had learned. And I do regret, that I never gave him that opportunity to do that. I'm always going to appreciate the laughs that he gave me, the laughs that I gave him. All the other times that I was able to just be able to pull him aside just to sit down and help him get things off his mind. And I hope that all of you will be able to appreciate all the things that he's done for you, because, well, I guess I don't have to say I hope he will. I believe we all will. We all do. We all always have. So, without anything further, I'd like to bring up his cousin, who, just like myself, has always been a brother to him. Blood being the only thing separating us. Toby.
He's a hard act to follow, isn't he? I'm not good at public speaking, so give me a second. He was like a brother to me. For as long as I can remember back, he's always been there. He can always turn the worst day I've had into one of the best. And it's because of him that I know pretty much everyone in here. He introduced me to Robbie, he introduced me to Scotty, Axman, Daniel, everyone. It's gonna feel strange without him being there, looking over my shoulder, making sure I'm doing it right. And then smacking me on the back of the head saying, "Do it right." That's a joke. People who didn't really know him really missed out. He was a one-of-a-kind person that you would have loved to meet, even if you didn't know him, that you ever see him on a day-to-day basis. So, it's really all I have to say. It's just, I'm gonna miss him a lot. I really am. And I hope he looks after all of us and makes sure I'm still doing right. And I hope I feel that tap on the back of my head every now and again. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Javier Lozano, and as you know, you all heard my brother's speech earlier, and I'd like to thank all the times that he's actually been there for us, and always remember those good times, like him over there, taking a big plate full of rice, and not leaving much for the rest of us. I always enjoyed the fact that he did love our cooking, and I'm always enjoy the times that we did our little film shoot for video. Always enjoyed those times too. I'm also grateful about the time that we over there went down south and he took care of our house over the weekend. That's something that I've always been thankful for.
Took care of her dogs.
I remember last time I heard from him was just the day before the incident happened. I was over there on guard the SAG anime and how, and at the same time, this guy over there trying to enter the compound and say, no, you can't, you got a bunch of firefighters here, you think you can just walk in here? I was like, no, you can't walk in here. You have to go all the way around. And over there, they're leaving a text to Harrison, and like, yeah, this guy's over there trying to get in. And I was saying, like, yeah, like, people are dumb, man. Over there, talking back and forth. Last text I got from LMAO. So, I was just thinking the last thing was this, there you go, it's, laughing. I always, be having fun. Thank you.
Mic, Joe. Switch.
My name is Jim. I am a chaplain at Mercy San Juan Medical Center. I did not know Harrison, but I met him. He had a profound influence on me. I was called to go over it when he was going to be extubated, where they take the breathing thing out. He'd been in a coma for a week, and they wanted me to come, and they weren't sure how he would respond. Here's this nice kid finding out that he has no leg and various other problems. I met his mom at the door, and when we went inside, I introduced myself. And I'll never forget the first thing he said to me. He said, "Sir, can I ask you a question?" Always polite. And I said, "Certainly." I had no idea what he was going to say. I have a 21-year-old as my youngest, so this was very close to me. And he said, "Did I do something wrong?" I said, "You certainly did not." His mother was next to me and she said, "You're a hero." He didn't say much, but he accepted his situation extremely well. The other thing that was not shared here that I don't have an answer for, by the way, I do believe in God. And while I was there, I heard this young man at least 5 times praise Jesus. He praised Jesus for everything that was going on, for his being alive. And it wasn't a miscalculation on my part. I heard everything clearly. Went out of the room, went to the room with the family, and I said, "Where do you guys go to church?" They said, "We don't know where that's come from. He went to church when he was younger." But somewhere, he was able to conjure up in his mind and understand that Jesus is in charge of it all. And this young man was praising Jesus. To me, that has left a profound impression upon me. I came back the next week and found out that he had passed away. It happened early that morning. I was angry. Now, I know chaplains are supposed to be able to control their emotions, but I was flat out angry. I was so angry, I was conjuring up in my mind what we need to do with drunk drivers. And there were a lot of things I had in my mind. And it took me 2 weeks to be able to really give it to God. So my anger has turned into acceptance. And I want you to know that I serve a God that is there to deal with all of our emotions. And I believe that somewhere in that state that he was in, God really ministered to Harrison in a way that none of us know much about. Thank you.
Well, I knew I couldn't have possibly been the only person that Harrison sat on. I knew Harrison for a very brief time, but as soon as I had met him the first time, I could immediately tell he's a very good person. He would always welcome me every time we made up and give me the biggest bear hug I think I've ever had in my life, and one of the things I miss most about him. And someone as sincere as him just kind of radiate this emotion of understanding and love to everyone around him. And we're always going to miss him, I know I do. That's it.
Hello. I met Harrison on January 1st of 2010. Never really got out much. It was because of Robbie and Harrison that I've actually started doing things more socially. My first SAC anime was just last year, and I enjoyed every minute, and I think it was because of Harrison. And he really was the spirit of SAC anime, and since then I just wish I was able to hang out with him more. We had chats, and after school at ARC, I'd hang out with him at the lunch hall and stuff, and my most memorable time with him was about an hour at Carl's Jr. We were waiting on some friends, and we ordered our food, and we were just waiting and waiting, and we just talked for an hour, and our conversation really just stuck with me, and I might not know him long, but he does hold a place in our heart, and he's not really gone, he's in our hearts, and that's what lives on, and it's his spirit. Thank you.
My older brother wants to say a few words.
Hello, my name is Dave Lozon, brother to Daniel and Javier. I may not have known Harrison for very long as well. The only time I actually met him was when my brothers keep on bringing him over to the house. Sometimes it annoyed me a little bit, but truthfully, he was the friendliest guy I could ever meet, and always made fun of how fat I was. In return, I poke him back. And truthfully, it was fun. One thing I'm grateful to Harrison for is for him making friends with my brothers. He's a very special person to them, and I'm grateful that he has been there for them. I'm thankful that I made a friend with him too. Thank you.
Say one last thing.
Well, Misty and Danny wanted to show up here, but due to their little situation, money and their performance that they're trying to do a show, they want to send their condolences to the family, both Jim Lee and Harrison's family. There they are. They just want to let you know that they're there for them, and they're keeping them in their prayers too. All you people in their prayers. And like I said, they wish they could be here, but so it's kind of holding them back. But it's just me, just kind of like saying that they really loved Harrison too. They basically known him as longer than me. I don't know how long, but I think probably further than probably 2003 or something. I have no idea. Either way, I'm just kind of representing for them and make sure that they know that they're in your prayers also. And that even though he may be gone, without him, I don't think any of us would actually be contacting each other as much. I mean, we wouldn't be this close. Each and every one of us has something special that we have about Harrison that we remember, especially the funny moments. Those funny moments I'll never forget. That, like I said, Harrison's the type of person who was infectious that made everybody smile. And if he could do it, we could do the same thing too. And that, just stay happy, keep peace in your heart. Thank you.
is coming. Just did you notice a theme at all of the various testimonies? Theme of friendship. Didn't that come through loud and clear? And how Harrison was truly a noble and exceptional friend. And he didn't wait for people, obviously, to come and befriend him. He took the initiative. Over and over and over again, that story was played out in multiple ways that we heard this afternoon. What a great thing. What a great testimony to the person that he was.
Well, thank you everybody for coming. I just wanted to step up and say it looks like everybody who shared. Is there anyone else who wants to share before we wrap up the open mic? James, you coming up?
Go, Dr. Wiley. Say something, Napa.
Now, as Harry and a lot of my close friends know, I've never really been a very religious person. But what I have always believed in are heroes and the characters that I see on TV, and though fictional and maybe as unbelievable as they may be, it's their characters that I've always believed in. In this reference, I'm going to take a page from the Transformers. Now, the Primes have always been viewed upon as leadership roles, people with a level of charisma, a level of friendship, and a level of heroism that people always look to. They're the kinds of characters, the kinds of leaders, the kinds of heroes that always turn the tide, whether in battle or in internal conflicts within the ranks. And so, at this point, I'd like to, and if I may throw it completely off the topic, when we were doing the group prayer at the end of the primary sermon, it brought to mind a moment that back when, during not this upcoming SAC anime, but the last one, when at the very beginning, Harry, Jill, Daniel, and we all gathered around in a group prayer because all of us were going through some major turmoil at that point. Like I said, I've never been a spiritual guy, but for the spirit of it, and because for him, for a natural born friend and a natural leader, and basically a brother, I wanted to be there to support him. And that's when we were bowing our heads in prayer, that's what that really reminded me of. So back to the whole Transformers, the Prime thing. I suppose all that can be said is that Harry really embodied all that it is meant to be a Prime. We looked to him, we rallied around him, we gathered together even now because of him, and we'll continue to do so because of him. And so I like to think that now he is with the Old Spartan. We're all true Primes gathered.
So while we have it, looks like just close friends and family left, I wanted to take a second to thank James and Robbie and Daniel and his family for coming and helping with the ushering. And I'm sorry, Scotty, too, if I'm leaving anybody out. There's a lot of you, but I want you all to know that Harry loved you all very, very much. And that I'm going to miss picking up Robbie and Harry and Taylor and packing everybody in the back of my car illegally without seatbelts. And I hope that we all can stay in touch, but I really want to thank you guys for stepping up and coming and ushering and helping us through this really hard time. So thank you guys.
It seems like that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah, but just keep
Let's find out.
Probably say a few more things.
Well, there's still lots of cookies. I think there's lots of soda and so forth. And so, hey, just hang out. It's totally cool. And we want folks just to, enjoy this time together. Okay?
All right, let's take one last picture with all our groups together, man.
All right, so just gather them all up. Is that good looking girl?
Take a picture of all of us.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
Alright.
So we're all doing the same thing. Let's go.
So basically right now we all get together and get some pictures. So for anyone that's watching this video, thank you for watching it. And just keep Harrison to your hearts. And always remember him at the convention because he will always be watching. Thank you.